Hey, you're watching Fat Man, you dingus. Whatever he
So
said.
it's your boy Fat Man. We're back with Abba and Preach. They're talking about Keith Lee. Now, this is going to be very interesting. So let's get into Keith Lee's reviews.
So you guys aren't aware, Keith Lee is a food blogger. Basically, he's got a very popular TikTok account where he does reviews of restaurants, most of them black-owned, but he does some other ones. And essentially goes in there and he tries to review the food, and it's very popular because people really trust his advice. He does so in a kind of deadpan, very neutral kind of way. And, you know, he always does it with a mostly positive spin. So, you know, a lot of people like his stuff. Anyways, he was in Atlanta recently, and he had some bad things to say about some of the Atlanta restaurants because the service was really poor, which a lot of other Atlanta residents also echo. But people had issues with the fact that he gave bad reviews, saying it was ruining businesses, etc., etc. Mind you,
I'm like, that's his job to review. And if a service is piss fucking poor, you review service, right? I've been in retail. I've been in retail for about 6, 7, 8 years. I'll say 7 years. I've been in like a brand ambassador in retail for like 7 years. You need to bring off a really, really good customer service, a really good high energy, because they need that.
he does all of his reviews pretty anonymously. He'll send his family to go into the restaurant to grab the food, and in the parking lot he tries it so that none of them know he's a food reviewer. So that's how he gets honest interactions. He doesn't want special treatment. He doesn't walk in and be all bougie.
That's how you're supposed to interact.
Which I respect.
Yeah.
I respect the
that.
methodology, okay? So, Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson, which are two NFL Hall of Famers in my opinion. Definitely Shannon Sharp, Chad Johnson. I mean, we can Chad Johnson. Yeah, I mean, Ocho Cinco, I think should win. They have a podcast, and they were discussing it, and it got pretty heated. So let's hear what they got to say.
Oh, it got heated.
And the big question is, should these people be leaving bad reviews, which can negatively impact the restaurants? One, and two, it's especially bad because you're doing it to your other black people. Okay.
If you leave a review at any restaurant, it should be a review, positive or negative. A restaurant should be criticized, even if I'm black or not black. I get criticized every fucking day. So come on, bro. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Those are two things to keep in mind. Let's watch.
I don't know how often you've been to Atlanta, but the Atlanta food scene, we unique because a lot of times it's all about dressing up, and it's an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hour wait time. A lot of times, Ocho, you got to eat a meal before you actually go to the restaurant because you're gonna be hungry damn again before you actually get in the restaurant. So It's perfect. And look, I don't want people to think what's going on is unique to Atlanta and black restaurants. Normally, Ocho, you know this from being a professional athlete. We get privileges sometimes at the restaurant, and sometimes we get to get things that normal people don't get. It happens.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Ocho, so you've never gotten the table because you're Ocho Cinco.
I'm not talking about that. Yeah. And when they do, I mean, you know me, you know how I move, and everybody in this chat knows how I move when I go to restaurants. If you seat me first, you understand what's coming at the end when it's time to tip. I've been doing that 20-some years.
Okay, but
I don't like the fact of what he's doing.
Ocho,
I don't like it. I don't like the critiquing of our restaurants and having people and talking bad about our goddamn businesses. And
How the fuck is he supposed to do his job? It's not about our restaurants as black people. He's supposed to critique them. That's what he does. You want him just to be like, oh, since they're black restaurants, we should give them a pass. That's not how black people should be thinking. You should be critiquing something. It shouldn't just be, oh, we're the same skin color. No, we're still people at the end of the day. We still bleed red, nigga. We don't bleed black.
How are we gonna know? How are you supposed to do? You're doing good or doing bad. If that's not critiquing, critique gives you an average of which it gives you feedback.
Yes.
That's how I get better. Feedback.
The fuck are we doing here?
I go in my office and I construct a joke, and I take that joke and I go do it. What makes me do that joke again is the feedback that people give you.
Yeah. If it goes the same way with like my YouTube channel, right? I know what videos are doing piss poor. I know what videos are doing good. Does that mean I delete the piss poor videos, only keep what's doing good? No. I keep what's doing bad, and I have to go through it and be like, why did this fail? Was it too short? Was it too long? Did I break it down too quickly? Did I not go through it step by step? What was it bad about, right? You need to critique these things to make sure that they are good or bad. That's fine. What's not fine is the fact that it's like, oh, it's our people. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about?
The laughs is the feedback. We need feedback. That's how we're supposed to go. So because he has a platform, he's not supposed to give feedback no more. Because he can influence. The whole purpose of having comments and rating system online is that whether you're big or not, it affects your rating, and people are gonna judge on that.
Ocho,
Like, dude, you know how hard it is
and I get it, Ocho.
for us to even
Ocho.
get in the food industry and to have our own restaurant. And so,
Ocho.
like, what are we
That's
doing?
not the point.
Don't ask-
That's not the point, Ocho. That's not the point. That's not the fucking point whatsoever, Ocho. You just pulling some other shit out your ass.
Don't ask me to come to your house and then ask me what I think about it without asking me to give you my honest opinion.
Exactly.
Nobody asked for that. Nobody
Ocho,
asked for that.
A lot of these people, listen. A lot of these restaurants do DM him, ask him to come, but he wants to go on. A lot of times he wants to go unannounced and give people. That's what he is. He's a food critic. He's turned himself into a food critic. It's okay.
Are we turning something? Resume? What are the qualifications?
Oh, you a bitch. What's his qualifications? What is it? What is his resume? How is he an actual food critic? What 5-star dinings has he? Oh, you a dick. You a dick. That's how you want to play it? Fuck out of here.
What are the qualifications of being a food critic?
Having taste buds. Carry on. And common sense. Stop. Ocho, stop. Stop. You don't like the fact that it's degrading black people because it's hard for us to get in that business. And I understand and I concur. It's hard for us to get in that business. And once we get there, we got to strive and we got to do our thing. Hence the reason why we shouldn't shit on customer and give back customer service. To me, that's doing that to ourselves. We are the main people that do that to ourselves when we give bad service, when we talk to people like we don't need them, that we don't care, and like they're beneath us when they are in our...
To be fair, the worst service I ever got was at Chinese restaurants. Not even close. Me personally. But I digress.
Sure, absolutely.
Oh.
I agree.
Just saying.
I agree.
Are Chinese people catching strays right now? Yeah. But
Yeah.
I got to do it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think you mostly...
Like even there was a Chinese restaurant my brother went to, and he was there for a bit, and he was just like, he didn't fuck with the Chinese food there. And then look, I can listen, because he felt like he found glass, so he found something in his food a couple times, or there was a worm, or there was something funny. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to a seafood spot, and you look at the seafood like mix-ins, and you stare into like the seafood juice, and you see worms and shit. You throwing your shit away. This shit, you probably getting your stomach pumped and cleansed that same damn day. Shit, nigga, I don't know what you're talking about. But I agree with you, but it's different though.
But those restaurants that get there, if they get a...
Yeah. I just think you mostly...
But those restaurants that get there, if they get a bad review, they get a bad review. The thing is, with Chinese people, they have so much of the people, like their people supporting them, that they don't care.
Go to a restaurant.
True.
Did you like the food? Did you like the customer service? What was it like? Yes. What was the wait time like? That's all you got to do.
How about go do that at Maestro's? Go do that shit at Chris Roof. Go do it at Poppy Steak. Go do it at fucking Zuma.
So again, he doesn't have an issue with what he's doing per se.
No.
He has an issue with doing it with black people. Which is interesting, but let's keep listening.
Go do it at their restaurants and give them the bad press and all the bad.
Ocho,
Do it there.
Ocho. Because you're black doesn't mean you're above criticism.
I'm not.
Yes! That is what you're saying. You're saying that because you are black, you cannot be criticized. Nigga, what? Oh, actually, no. What you're saying is because we're black, why you gonna criticize our restaurants? Go criticize them niggas. That's what you're saying. Boy, if you don't sit down.
Saying you above anything, but go.
Because you're black doesn't mean you're above criticism.
I'm not saying you above anything, but go do it there. It's hard enough for us as it is. Now here you go.
So in other words, so if he got bad service, he's supposed to just let that slide.
Service wasn't bad. Service wasn't bad.
Oh,
Service was bad.
It wasn't.
Service
I ain't never had bad service. And even if the service was bad, they might be having a bad day because some of the goddamn idiots they don't have to deal with.
Ocho, honestly, in the customer service business, you can't have a bad day. Because think about what you just said. Customer service.
Do you know what it's like dealing with some of these people?
You shouldn't get in that
Every
business.
day.
Do not get into the customer service business.
Yes!
If you can be easily perturbed
Yes!
by having a bad day.
Yes!
Sometimes you need a job.
Yes!
And that job being
Nigga, what?
service and being in the food industry is all you can do. At that time.
Okay, so his
But
argument
that's
is all
it.
over the place.
No.
But that's it. When you're a bad fucking server, you're gonna get into the fucking customer service industry and you're gonna fuck up. Are you stupid? Oh, don't get into that industry. Also, it's the people. Shut up.
You get all kinds of excuses for the fact
not
that
going
they're
anywhere.
treating the customers poorly, but it's not a way you do things. I'll say this. As far as I'm concerned, I don't like the whole idea of like if it's a black person, you gotta watch what you say or anything like that. Because then what's the value of your review if you're just gonna always be positive? Then I'm like, well, I know I've been to bad restaurants. How come you haven't? So why would I trust this reviewer who always only has positive things to say? Because then I don't trust him, because if he leads me to a restaurant with a bad review or with a good review that's not real, and I have a bad experience, I'm like, those guys are fraud. He probably bought and paid for. So your honesty in this whole matter really matters, okay? You
does.
have to make sure that you have some level of integrity.
You have to be impartial, and if you do that, you're actually the opposite of that.
Exactly. So there's a certain level of that you have to expect. If you don't have it, you're just going to ruin it for everyone. I'll also say this. This whole mentality is oftentimes like what leads people to ask for handouts, what leads people to ask for favors that are probably not deserved. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, sometimes you just feel like your own people don't value what you do.
They don't.
They just expect it because you share the same skin. It's like, no. The same way I don't want to be treated like crazy or like some royalty when I go to your restaurant or anything like that. I just want to be treated properly. I don't want you to start asking me to do things for free because of that. And essentially, what Ocho Cinco is asking is that these people do free press for these people without them actually deserving it. It hurts our economy. It hurts the reputation of the people who do the reviewing, and it's just bad for everyone involved. So I just don't like that kind of mindset.
And it's the same thing that goes for all these food reviewers on like Instagram and shit, right? What if you're getting the best service, but I'm not getting the best service? What if you get the best service, but when I go there, the service is piss fucking poor? Or the food is great, but service is piss fucking poor. So I automatically say, yeah, I love this sandwich. It was a 6, but the fucking service was piss fucking poor, personally. Like, you gotta really think about that. That matters. Customer service matters.
I just don't think it's good for the business and the overall progress of the group.
When you were playing in the
And I also just don't think it's good for the business and the overall progress of the group.
when you were playing in the NFL, people were not lighter on you on your case because you're black. Oh, it's so hard to be black in it. No, you're good or you're bad.
Yeah.
You get a good review. You get a good. If you caught that pass, you caught that pass. I'm not gonna shit on the white players because they're white and I'm a black coach, so I can't shit on my. No, I'm impartial, and we're here for the team. You winning or you losing. Now you decided that business, you get to work.
I agree with what Abba and Preach said here. Chad Ocho Cinco and other dude. Personally, it's just, it doesn't really matter, bro. Like, because you share the same skill or because we're black, you can't criticize or critique something, doesn't make sense to me. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I think if you got the skills to critique something, you got good taste buds, and you can really, 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 really critique some shit, go critique it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. It's your boy Fat Man. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the button to be notified for me. Remember to never give up, never surrender, keep on grinding. Peace. And I'm out of here. Fucking stupid, bro.
Shit. Gambino on drum. You little niggas gonna stop acting like my shit ain't the grill.
Where's the last
Some of
one?
you niggas get your front teeth for grills. And I ain't talking about the contract. I
Ain't loving these fake hoes. Room smelling like 8 switches. Room service like 2K. NBA, I'm ballin', nigga. All the niggas falling like autumn, nigga. Talking shit, I saw them niggas. Now they daughter want a picture. Rough, ain't it? Fuck famous.
Yeah, man.
Niggas too real, got the most haters. Wrote a story, so Stephen Curry. How it feel to be golden.